All right. Uh, Moving to Grim. So Grim, you have been into this technology space for, I mean, so long. You have won a lot of awards in the fintech space from the startup communities as well. How do you look at innovation and its importance for any startup?
So I think it comes back to the core of the entrepreneur and what is driving you. To succeed as a startup, okay, you can maybe treat a startup as a small business. I don't. That's not the definition I use. I think of a startup as being something where you are fundamentally changing something at a level that everything else can actually just everything that sits on that will actually then change. So you can have massive value that you can add by just finding a unique secret and getting it right. So it is all about innovation. An entrepreneur can see a business process that he can actually fix and improve or simplify, and get a tenfold increase in value for everything. My career, I've always been looking at an innovation where it's at my foot. I can see a problem, and if we can fix that problem, I get an immediate return on investment. This is a different approach to what I see some entrepreneurs doing, where they're casting for the blue sky over the horizon beyond where they can see. And my view of that is that it's really unlikely that you're going to actually get the traction and actually end up doing what you're thinking. It's great to have ideals. It's great to have a direction that you're going. I think it's so important for an entrepreneur to be innovating on something where he knows that if he can get that thing running, fixed, that problem dealt with, that he will get an immediate return on that investment, as in straight away. And if that can then be applied in a large market, then investors are going to be interested. And so not only are you solving the problem for yourself, in a way you get a tangible benefit from, then others can benefit. And so the whole thing then flourishes. And this is how I see Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is a place where it is all about how quickly and conveniently can we connect and collaborate. And if the idea is big, has potential, really big upside, then you will get the investment. And so the whole thing becomes a self-sustaining fire. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Graham, so you talked about innovation, you talked about identifying problems, solving the problems using collaborative network, what Silicon Valley provides to all the entrepreneurs, and then moving from the problem solution approach to identifying the why and investing or impressing basically the investor as well to invest. So that's basically a startup journey in a nutshell. Thank you so much, Graham, for
I'm just going to say one more thing before I leave. This is kind of funny. This idea about focusing on the why you're doing what you're doing, I think was really brought out by a guy called Simon Sinek here in Silicon Valley about 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I actually went to one of his first talks. And there he is.
This is what I'm having right now. Yes.
So I was in this room with a bunch of entrepreneurs, met Simon Sinek, he gave his talk. We sat around the bar and had a drink with him afterwards. He was a terrific guy. He's become incredibly famous since. I have a very, very vivid memory of that. And he gave me one of his little medallions. So why is important?
Why is
true Silicon Valley story, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's all why. The answer to why comes from your heart, and your heart will never lie to you, and that's why is important.
All right. Absolutely. And you surround yourself with people that actually believe in you and they're going to support your vision. And the whole thing becomes a self-sustaining bonfire. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, self-sustainability is one of the most important thing, because you cannot drive the business all the time yourself, right? The business has to drive on its own. The team has to drive it for you. The vision has to be so strong that people are driven by it. Instead of we asking people for stand-up calls, we asking them to report after each and every deliverable. The team should be empowered enough to take that leap and just report to us saying that it's done.
It's very important to really have a strong, clear, simple vision that other people can believe and trust. And the humbling realization I had a number of years ago after I'd been here in Silicon Valley for a few years was that actually all of my success, all of it, was a result of what other people and other people simply believing in what I was, saying, believing in me. But the success is due to other people. And so, yeah, I think creating that brand simplicity, that vision, clear as crystal and simple is so important. The simpler that you get, if people can have an emotional reaction to that, it's where it's relevant for them, where they can actually recount that and describe it to others easily, then you are going to get the success that the idea probably deserves. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. The 2 cents from here, from Greame would be keep it simple and make it relevant. Then automatically you will not only just attract investors, you will also attract a lot of clients. You will have your own team because people can relate to your problems which you're solving, and they will do your publicity. They'll become your team. They'll become basically your sales guy, and the business will continue to be on the roll. Excellent, great, so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Greame.